In this video, I'm going to be going over 7 different things to help you with cleaning this and to keep this thing from rusting over the summer. Before you start shoving your brush in your exhaust, make sure you take your ESP probe out. I like to use this brush on the inside and the outside. So before I do that, I'll show you. If you don't know where your ESP probe is, it's right back here behind. You got to take this panel off. The screw right here that I took out completely, and then there's one right here and one down here that you just have to loosen up. But your ESP probe goes back. See that hole back in there? This is my ESP probe. It has red wires on it. It takes a, what is it, a quarter inch socket, and you're gonna take that screw out and then pull it out real gently. Don't pull them wires off. It's kind of a pain. But if you don't take that out, you're gonna break it. All right, here's my one tip. If you got an exhaust brush like mine, I like to use my drill to help clean out my exhaust, and it helps it get around the 90-degree angles. Put that there in the end of my drill, tighten it out. So, this is probably the worst mine's ever been. Tried a different pellet this year, and they've made a lot less ash. Seemed like it really clogged up my whole stove with creosote. Okay, right around that. Make sure you got your drill in forward, not in reverse. Because if you got to because you want your drill in forward, because you don't want these to accidentally come apart in there, because then it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Very important. I got it around that first 90. And I did the other 90 inside, so I don't even know if I'm going to go around that one. But you can do the same thing with your drill inside if you want. Now I run my brush up and down there a couple of times. I have my shop vac already set up inside to blow all that dust out. So I'm going to go turn that shop vac on. Alright, here's another tip. I got a piece of wire, and I took one of my old pellet bags and I just cut a piece of it out. Either cut it out or I'm going to wrap that around here. Maybe I'll keep my cap off. People say this helps keep the moisture out of your pellet stove. So this might be easier if you have 2 people. I don't know if you have to get so fancy, but you could probably use duct tape too, maybe. That's supposed to help the moisture from going in there. Try not to, make sure maybe there's not a hole in it right there. See, these bags come with little holes in them, so try not to hit a spot with a hole. I didn't think these ones had holes in them. I know my barefoot pellets definitely had holes in them. Now I'm going to store that cap in my ash pan. And I'm going to write myself a note. Then when you're done with the exhaust, don't forget to put your ESP Pro back in. And clean it off. Just wipe it off with a paper towel. Or if you have one of them little greeny weenies, you can wipe it off with one of them. It's pretty easy to clean up. Alright, my next tip is to make a note. It doesn't have to be this nice, but just write something on a piece of paper and take it and put it underneath where you put your pellets in. Just tape it on there like that. When I shut this, I'm gonna shut it right in there. That way, when I go to add pellets to this, I won't forget to take my bag off my exhaust. Alright, another tip, I just like to take WD-40 and I spray a little on here, wipe that sucker all over my stove. Probably didn't need that much. Wipe it on the sides, maybe just spray it on the paper towel. I think I forget from year to year how I do this. I should watch my own videos, I guess. It seems to help this from rusting. And it should soak in a little bit. That WD-40 smell will go away. Take a little bit. Seems like the top of this is rusted more than anything, so I would say concentrate just on this top part. The rest of mine doesn't seem like it's really rusted. These thin parts haven't been too bad. So I like to take this WD-40 and just try to spray it down on my burn pot and a few spots in here to help keep the rust down. And it'll burn off your first burn. You can spray down inside where the ash pan goes too if you want. Alright, maybe this is overkill, but this is something new I'm going to try this year. I've seen people say to get some damp rid. You can just go buy this at Lowe's or order some online if you want. I'll put some down in the description. And I'm going to put it in my ash pan. This is supposed to soak up moisture, keep the inside from rusting even more. So maybe it's a little overkill. Oh, and then I put my end of my exhaust in here that I left off, so I won't forget to put that back on. And maybe put that on your little note too that you put in your hopper, so you don't forget to take that stuff out. Alright, and another thing people will do to try to keep that from rusting out inside is they'll just take like a light bulb and put it in there. Maybe a 50-watt light bulb, or I think even some just put just a little night light. I've never tried that, but they say that helps to keep enough heat in there to keep the moisture down. This is another tip. I didn't do this the first few years I had this, but I just recently, last couple years, started using a big old paintbrush just to help when you're cleaning this out. It works really awesome just to brush all that dust out. You start from the top and work your way down when you're cleaning that. But a paintbrush works nice. Oh, here's one more tip. Now, I like to stick my shop vac in my exhaust and blow all the dust out. And I made this little square piece that goes in there. And my shop vac, I don't know what you're using, but my shop vac has this nozzle like that on it. And I can put that on the exhaust of my shop vac, stick that in there, and that fits right in that square hole up inside in behind my ash pan where my exhaust goes out. So there's another tip. This one is, if you have a P68, it is 2.5 inches by 2 3/16. Then I don't know, you're just gonna have to figure out what size hole you're gonna need. I don't know if you have the same kind of shop vac I got. Now if you want to see some of these steps a little more in depth, watch my end of the season cleaning. I'll put a link to that at the end of this description. And that goes over everything I clean and how I clean it. Minus, I never put a bag over my exhaust in that video, and I did not use that damp rid or use that note in that video. Those are a couple new things that I'm trying because I'm still getting a little bit of rust in here and I don't like it. Well, I hope these few tips helped you out. Please give me a thumbs up for this video and leave me a comment down below. That really helps my videos out. God bless and have a great day.